Welcome to the Symmetry Financial Group, powered by MyQuility Corporate Overview. My name is Edward Pritchett. I'll be walking you through, over the next little bit, how we do what we do and how that might be something that will be very impactful to you and the business that you're looking or hoping or trying to figure it out if you want to build. So thanks for joining. Let's get started and let's take a look at who Symmetry Financial Group is. So who is Symmetry Financial Group? And why is this an opportunity that may be something that you're looking for? One of the things that I can say, first and foremost, is it's all about the ability to work for yourself, but not by yourself. When I started in the insurance industry back in 2008, which, man, I can't believe it's been that long, I was working for a captive organization that gave me a lot of tools, gave me a lot of tips, and then sent me out there to just do it on my own. And if you've been in the insurance industry for a while, you're probably familiar with that model. One thing that we work on doing is making sure that while you're working with us, you have those tools, you have the tips, the tricks, the techniques, the trainings, the leads, all that stuff, but you're not in it by yourself. You're working with a team of people that is dedicated to help you get what you're wanting to get, because by helping you get what you want, they're helping to grow their business. And that's what our model is built around. Not only is it a turnkey model, but it's one that's built around strong core values and leadership development, as well as the ability to scale our income truly without caps. I've heard this in many types of sales organizations before about this unlimited income potential, but here you truly have the ability to grow your income as large as you want to, taking advantage of the market that we have in the life insurance industry today. Time and money freedom is a part of that turnkey business model that we're looking for, because it's one thing to be able to go out and make a lot of money, but if you're having to spend a lot of time and having to restart every week, month, quarter, so on and so forth, then you're not getting the time balance that you're probably looking for. We want to be able to make a strong income, but we also want to have the time to spend that income doing the things that we want to be able to do. We'll talk about the omni-channel support from the home office and from the agency that you're affiliated with, along with the fact that we're in a recession-proof industry, which might be something that we're all paying attention to a little bit more right now. And last but not least, this is meaningful and impactful work that we get to do in this industry. And we should do it in a way that keeps it meaningful and impactful and not undermining the value that we bring to the families that we serve at the end of the day. So Symmetry has been ranked one of the fastest growing companies by Inc. magazine since 2016. In 2022, we were awarded the Stevie Award as one of the best businesses in the insurance category that we represent, and we've been voted one of the top cultures by Entrepreneur magazine 2 years running. How this company came about were these gentlemen, their wives, the one that you see here, Ms. Meredith Ellison, she's actively working in the company as one of the founders of Symmetry. But Casey Watkins and his wife Sarah, and Brian Pope and his wife Jerry, when they came together, they decided we have to figure out a way to bring balance back to the life insurance agent. To be able to allow life insurance agents that want to build an agency the opportunity to do that, and to share the wealth of opportunity that exists within the life insurance industry. And they've been doing that since October of 2009. And you'll see as we move forward how over the years that dedication to those core principles, helping life insurance agents be able to bring time and money back to themselves to find balance in this industry, and to, at the end of the day, help our clients in the best possible way, that's the reason that they've seen the growth that they've seen since October of 2009. So I said Symmetry Financial Group powered by MyQuility. So what does that mean? Symmetry Financial Group is a subsidiary of MyQuility Insurance Holdings. Now, MyQuility is the public-facing entity that we get to leverage. We get to leverage the tools, the technology, the innovations that they're bringing to the insurance industry. We get to leverage the proprietary products that MyQuility has with some of our core carriers to be able to help clients out in ways that many people are not able to. And so in working in this partnership, this has allowed us to not only be able to do what we do on the independent side, but partnering with MyQuility has brought in the support, the back office support that most independent agents don't have. Having a group of licensed agents that can work in your book of business to help write more policies on the clients that you've already serviced, and you being able to benefit from that. That's something that we get to take advantage of because of the power and the partnership that Symmetry Financial Group has with MyQuility Insurance Wholesalers. What we do. So what is it that we do on a day-to-day basis that allows us to make the income that we can make and help clients in the way that we're able to serve them? We all know, if you're watching this, maybe you've been in the insurance industry for a while. Maybe you're taking a look at the insurance industry for the first time because someone said, hey, you'd be great at sales, and I hear the insurance industry is a really great place for salespeople. Here's the need for what we have. 129 million households in the United States. The majority of them depend on two incomes. If one person in that household loses their income for any reason, and death being a reason that that income would start flowing in, that household is going to be in trouble. That's the problem that we solve. In addition to that, there are so many Americans that are getting ready for retirement. We all hear about this baby boomer population that is starting to cross that line. They're getting ready for retirement. They haven't saved anything for retirement. They're dependent on Social Security and family and friends to make it during that. And that's something that we're able to solve using insurance products. Additionally, when you think about just the average funeral costs, there are so many people who are already retired, already in that senior time of their life, and they're looking at how they're going to make sure that their family isn't having to pass a hat around to be able to bury them when that time comes. They want to take care of the legacy that they're leaving. So just in the sense of final expense and taking care of people's funeral costs, that's something that we really are able to do a major work in and help people overcome that issue through what we do. But it takes a well-educated, it takes an agent that feels like they're doing something good, not only for the client, but for themselves as well, to be able to do that successfully. If you ever feel like you as an agent, you're not getting everything that you want to get, then you start to take that out on your clients. You start to do things maybe that aren't in the best interest of your clients, but they're in the best interest of your pocketbook. But that's what we're able to do here at Symmetry, is flip that paradigm around. The things and the services that we provide for our clients are in line with the best needs of those clients. Another thing to highlight here is just thinking about what has happened since COVID-19, as that pandemic hit. U.S. life insurance activity is up, and in a big way. Over 8% year over year from 2020 to 2021 among people under age 44. And when you look back at 2020, you see one of the largest years for the sale of new life insurance since 1983. So now is the time. People are looking for exactly what we have to offer them. And we do that by protecting not just one thing, but the entire life journey, right? So whether that's from mortgage protection, they just bought that home, they need final expense for end-of-life planning, they have some kids and they're wanting to make sure that they get them started in the right way with maybe an IUL or a final expense policy for them. In the middle, we have all these things that can happen with health. And it's how can I protect against disability, critical illness, maybe it's long-term care that they're looking for, dental, Medicare supplements. We have all these products in our portfolio, so we're not just this one-trick pony trying to push a life insurance policy. We're looking holistically at what can we do to serve our client. We do this through partnerships with carriers such as these, and these are just a handful. We have now over 90 different carriers that we have access to. But some of our core carriers are companies like Mutual of Omaha, Transamerica, Foresters, John Hancock, American Amicable, AIG, and of course everybody knows that Gerber baby, right? But one of the most exciting ones that we're looking at right now is our partnership with the SBLI, who we're working on some proprietary products, and I'll talk more about one of them here in just a second. But being able to offer products that our clients cannot get anywhere else, things that allow them to get term insurance quickly. And by quickly, I mean like in 8 to 10 minutes, you can go from starting the application to having finished it and telling the client, you're approved, here's your policy number. Now, that's service, that's speed, that's what people are looking for in this day and age, especially now that we're moving a lot of our client interactions from in-person, face-to-face, kneecap to kneecap, to in the home. We're in our home, they're in their home, and we're on a Zoom call, or we're just doing this over the phone. And it's much simpler to be able to do that when I can do that application and tell them they're approved in 8 to 10 minutes. So talking about that particular product, so Quility Level Term, it's a term product that allows for 10, 15, 20, and 30-year term products. We can go up to $1 million worth of coverage with no medical exam, no blood work, no labs. The prescription check is done automatically. As I said, within 10 minutes of starting the application, you can be letting that client know, here's your policy number. Not your application number, but here's your policy. You're covered right now. Comes with numerous riders, including return of premium, charitable giving, children's level term, accidental death, and also accelerated death benefits for those living benefits. Since we launched this back in September of 2021, over $23 million in premium has been submitted on this, over 23,000 applications. It's been one of the most successful products that we've launched, and the clients love it. They love the simplicity, they love the fact that they're covered immediately, and they love the fact that, again, it's just fast. It's quick. They're not spending an hour figuring out, if they're covered and then waiting a week, 2 weeks, 6 months to see if they actually get approved for the product. The other aspect of this, that if you're looking at us for the first time and you've been in the insurance industry for a while, you're wondering, well, I really want to be able to get in touch with clients in a big way. And what we've been able to do there, Symmetry, just in 2021, over $29 million were invested into lead generation. And so what we're able to do with the company is sharing that cost. In many organizations and for many insurance agents, you have to go out and pay for your own marketing, you have to pay for your own mailers that you're sending out, and you have to hope that you get a return, hope that some leads come back into you. Well, Symmetry does that for us on the front end. They go ahead and send that out, and then as those leads come back in, we have the opportunity to purchase them at a discount from the company. And the company has a vested interest in these leads being the best leads for us, because they make their money back when we make a sale. And that was the transaction that I wanted to be able to have with an IMO that supported me whenever I first came aboard with Symmetry back in 2010. Because I had done that whole go out and try this lead vendor, that lead vendor. Lead vendors are in the business of selling leads. They're not in the business of selling life insurance. So I didn't know the veracity of what they said. Well, hey, Edward, here's your exclusive lead, right? There's no way that I could tell if they were being truthful with me or not. But Symmetry has a vested interest in that being exactly the case, because they know if I go out and sell a policy, I'm going to make an income, they're going to make income, and I'm going to go out and do it again. And that's one of the great things about the lead program that we have. And there's leads for everything from final expense, mortgage protection. We have our program Debt-Free Life, where we're participating whole life policies to help people actually get out of debt, become their own bank. Some people call it infinite banking, but we have that as an opportunity and also as a lead source. What we typically see for our A leads that come in is a 37% close ratio on the leads that agents get. So greater than 1 in 3, you're looking to actually be able to sell a policy on that. And our best agents are talking about 60, 65, 70% close ratios on the leads that they're working. And I'm going to talk about some of the technology that we're using to help make that even better. So on the tech side, and I'm going to talk about a couple of things and then share one that I'm really excited about. But on the tech side, we have everything from our Summit platform, which we use for training, so that you can come in and learn how to do these things, how to utilize the Symmetry system to its fullest. MyQuility U, where you can go even deeper into that training. So with every call, every recording that we've ever done, every script read that has happened, we have a repository, a library of those where you can go in and study to get better and better at your craft. In addition to that, I'm going to talk real quickly about our Owner Circle virtual mentor. These are platforms where as you start to build an agency, you can allow your agents to have access to a virtual mentor where they can put in the information for their clients and get recommendations on which products that would be the best fit for them, which ones are going to issue for them, what health issues may complicate things. And this allows those agents to go out there and very quickly, without having to learn and read every agent guide, be able to offer the right product to the client at the right time. So our Owner Circle platform allows that between our virtual assistant and Power Dollar to track your business. And what I'm really excited about is the MyQuility switchboard. The switchboard platform is one in which we can import our leads. And now we know a lot of people, they don't pick up the phone very readily, but they read every text that comes in, even the spam ones. You probably do it too, right? So we can start to engage with our clients in a medium that they're used to. They're used to getting a text, they see it, they remember, oh yeah, I did send that lead in. Yes, I would like to discuss this. I prefer to talk via text, or I prefer a phone call. And so that engagement happens much quicker. And the people who are not looking, because every lead isn't a sale, right? So the people who are not looking, they say stop. And I don't have to worry about calling them anymore, spending time on people who are not actually interested right now. I get to spend time talking with the people who are actually interested in what I have right now. And this is a service, a technology that our agents have, and there's no cost to you. Outside of course, if you send text from there or use it to make your phone calls, you're paying for that kind of stuff. but for using it just to get started and to manage your lead flow, this is available to all of our agents. The other piece of tech that I wanted to talk about real quick is MyQuility. Now, there's something that I've seen just being in the insurance industry now since 2008. It's great to make that first sale, the client gets their policy, and then you hope that you don't have to go back for a death claim anytime soon. But there's not a lot of things that we can do to really engage with our clients after that sale outside of trying to call them back to make another sale. But we have a platform called MyQuility where our clients are able to enroll in this at no cost to them. It gives them access to things that they're already doing online, whether that's travel, eat, shop, play, like discounts that they can get and things of that nature. We have a partnership with Walmart. So we have Walmart Health on that platform. So clients who are looking for another way to have health insurance can do that through Walmart Health, as well as our Quility RX. So, everyone's seen the prescription discount cards, but how can you have that in a digital way where you can use it on a regular basis? And so this is a platform where we can put our clients into it. It gives them a reason to engage with us on a potentially almost daily basis. Every time they log into their MyQuility site, they see your name in the top corner. We have the ability to track the policies that they have with us through that platform. And it's just a way to engage in a fundamentally more holistic way with our clients outside of just talking about insurance. Now, we're not trying to get into the travel space or the health insurance space or even the prescription card space, but the ideal is to just find ways that we can engage with our clients without saying, hey, we want to sell you something else. And then when that time does come that they're like, oh yeah, my kids need X, or I need to get this on my wife, or we just bought this house, we want to re-up or get another policy. You're the person they think about as opposed to picking up the phone book, or I guess people don't pick up phone books anymore, but getting on Google and searching for who can help me get this next life insurance policy that I'm thinking about. So that's MyQuility, Life to the Fullest for Less, a great engagement piece that we have for our clients. So how have we been doing since 2009 when the company started? You can see down there, starting off in October 2009, just $307,000 worth of premium that was written by the company. Over the years, and we all know what's happened through that. 2009, we were coming out of the Great Recession. Move forward, we have, coming out of the housing bubble crash, figuring out what was going on in 2015, 16, 17. But every single year, we just continue to see continued growth, and it's all because of the people that we bring on board here. People who care about their clients and who are going out and doing the things that their clients need to be protected. And right now, just for 2022, Q1, Q2, coming out of this pandemic period that we've been in for the past couple of years, we thought that we might see a dip off during the pandemic, but we actually found that our agents rallied around it. We went virtual very quickly, and we saw growth from 2020 to 2021. 2022, already we're projecting right now to be around $229 million by the end of the year. More than likely, we're going to beat those records. We're going to beat that projection based on what we're seeing at this point in time in the year. When it comes to life insurance production, when you think of the industry, 2021, $404 billion of production happened in 2021. The amount that we have available, when it comes to what we can continue to grow to, people say, well, if you've grown like this, maybe I've missed the boat. There's so much volume in this industry. It's a blue ocean. This is not a red ocean situation. All we're looking for is people who are willing to reach out and connect with people who are looking for exactly what we have to offer. And we have the tools and technology to help us do that at this point in time. So in addition to what we do as far as the services that we provide to our clients, how we've been doing that, how we're able to leverage leads and leverage technology to do it on a large scale. We also have a couple of programs that have now all been rolled into one. That's how recent this has happened, a platform called Ripple. And Ripple is a combination of our Connect platform, which is Women Stronger Together. And that's a way to just let women in this industry know that they not only have a place here, but they have a place at the leadership table here. It's something that you don't see in a lot of places within the insurance industry. And one thing that the founders, including especially Meredith Ellison, said, we have to make sure that we're talking to those individuals so that they can figure out how they can get their full seat at the table. Our Thrive platform is one to help us work on that personal development side. If you're not working on personal development in not just this business, but in life, you're not finding growth in the long term for yourself. So the personal development piece is really big for us. And then as people want to become agency owners and own their own business, some of you maybe you're like, I've never been a business owner. How do I do that? Well, that's what our Agency Owner Academy is set up for, to be able to teach and instruct you on that. And we use a platform called People Insights. So it's MyQuility People Insights, where we're able to keep track of what's happening with agents across the board, right? So that we can find out, you can find out as you build your team, what does your team need? What are they looking for? What are you doing right? And what could you be doing better on? So that's the what we do, right? That's a little bit of the how we do it. It's the things that make this company so special and what has allowed for the growth that we've seen. Now let's talk about the brass tacks, right? What is the business model? How are you going to make income by being a part of what we're doing here at Symmetry Financial Group, powered by MyQuility? Let's start here. If you've read any of the Kiyosaki works, you're probably familiar with this, but it's the cash flow quadrants, okay? Kiyosaki, I don't know if he necessarily invented it, but he definitely got it into the vernacular so that people are more aware of it. The ideal being here that the majority of people, 95% of the US is on this side of this quadrant, all right? Either employees or self-employed. And now if you're an employee, you trade time for money, right? You have an hourly salary, you show up, you get paid. If you don't show up, they're not sending you a paycheck, okay? If you are self-employed, right, maybe you're not getting paid on an hourly basis, you do work over a period of time. Maybe you're a dentist, you see a whole bunch of patients, your practice brings in a certain amount of revenue and you pay yourself on a monthly basis. But still, if you stop seeing patients and you're a dentist, you're not gonna make any more income. So it's on this side, it's always gonna be this time and money. When you're an independent agent, when you're a producer, you're trading time for money. If you stop seeing clients, you don't make commissions, right? Now, yeah, people talk about well, I'll make some residuals, and yeah, you can make some on the residual side, but that starts to fade over time, right? Like as your clients die, guess what? Your residuals die off with them as well. So it's not something I'm gonna retire on. But what I can do in this industry is use this self-employed quadrant to build a bridge to the business owner quadrant. And the business owner quadrant is something where I am not trading time for money anymore. It's I work with people and empower them to make an income in the self-employed quadrant, and I get to get a percentage of their effort, right? I don't know if it was Henry Ford, I believe it was. I'd rather have 1% of 100 people's effort than 100% of my own. Right? And that's what this business owner quadrant is, and that's what we're able to do here at Symmetry Financial Group. Now, a business owner still has to add value back to be able to get people to work with them. If you're not giving value in that, those people are not gonna work with you. It's their choice. This isn't a dictatorship, this is a volunteer army, right? But I have the ability to start building a business that continues to generate income whether I'm actively working, my feet aren't tied to it or not. That's what we have the opportunity to do here. And then of course from there, you know, once you make enough money, you can start getting into this investor quadrant where, you know, it's your money working for you as you continue to move on. The way we get paid, starting out on that self-employed quadrant, we have part-time and full-time positions. Our commission levels run from 80% to 130%. And then there's also bonuses that go along with that. And I definitely want to talk about one, especially for new agents as you're first getting started, one of the bonuses that you can take advantage of in your first 30 days here with Symmetry. But starting at 80%, $2,500 worth of issue paid business, 2 months in a row, that moves you up to an 85%, 5,000 2 months in a row. And when I'm saying premium, that typical policy that we write is about $1,000 in annual premium. So I write 2.5 policies in my first month, I'm gonna get a 5% increase in what I make when I write 2.5 policies in months 3 and 4, all right? So on and so forth. So you can get all the way up. We have our producers track where if I never want to build a business, I don't want to hire agents, I don't want to be responsible, I don't want to add value to them in that regard, I just want to do it myself. You can get all the way up to 130% contract just based off hitting these metrics as far as placed business that you write. If you want to build a team, this left side of the column here, where it's not just the production, but it's the number of writers that you bring on to your team that helps you to move up in those contract levels. So let's take a look at what that would be if I'm a part-time agent just getting started. What kind of income could I make? All right, so part-time agent, we're looking at 15 to 20 hours a week worth of work. That's between doing some training, making some dials or sending out text messages, booking my appointments, sitting on those appointments, and sitting on enough appointments that I write 6 policies and place those 6 policies in a given month. I'm on an 80% starting contract, average case size being $1,000, and we're seeing that trend go up. This has been the long-term average, $1,000 per case, or about $80, $85 a month that the client is paying for their policy. But we'll keep it to this average, but that is starting to trend higher. And then the carriers that we work with, once I place a policy, they advance me 75% of my first year commission. All right, so if I write a $1,000 policy and I'm on an 80% contract, the carriers owe me $800 for writing that for the whole year. And they're going to advance me 75% or $600 as soon as that policy issues, okay? So let's take a look at what that looks like. I write 6 policies, $6,000 for the month, 80% commission. That's $4,800 that the insurance carriers owe me in commission. They're going to advance 75% of that. If I do that every year, just stand at an 80% contract every year. Every month, if I do that every month throughout the year, then I'm going to be looking at $43,000 in advanced commission. All right, so that's what's going to be in my pocket in advance. And then that 25% that the insurance carriers are holding on to, they're going to pay me that back starting in the 10th month of a policy being put into place. So after 10 months, I'm going to start getting paid on policies that I wrote 10 months ago. All right, and when you take in that total compensation for that first full year of work that you've done, that's $57,600 in total compensation that you'll be seeing coming to you. And again, this is on a part-time basis, okay? So now let's take a look on the full-time side, all right? Full-time side, you're gonna be putting in 30 to 35 hours a week on production, okay? So that doesn't mean that's not all the work that you've done. This is just the production work that you're doing. Getting your leads, making your dials, doing your training, seeing your appointments, going on those appointments, writing applications, and then following up on that business after the fact. What we're looking at here is if I write 20 pieces of business over the course of that month, I'm going to place 15. Everything that we write doesn't always get issued, doesn't always place. So 15 placed policies out of 20 sales for the month. I'm on a 95% contract level now, still the same average case size, 75% carrier advance. Let's take a look at what this boils down to. So that's $15,000 a month of issued business. At a 95% commission, that's $14,250 that the insurance carriers owe you, okay? 75% carrier advance, you do that for 12 months, every month for 12 months, at the same contract level, right? You're looking at $128,000 in advanced commissions, okay? The only thing that comes out of this is taxes, which we can't stop that, guys. Your cost of business, which our biggest cost of business is just the leads that we pay. Right? And someone who's running at this level, you might be spending $1,500 to $2,000 a month on leads. So let's call it $2,000 a month and say I spent $24,000 that year on leads. Subtract that out of that, I'm still left with $104,000 in advanced commissions. Make sense? Now, that 25% that the carriers are holding, I'm gonna start getting that back starting in month 10. And when we add that all up, when I get all that advanced or the held commissions back, that would be a total first year compensation of $171,000. Now, does that take work? Yes. Do people make $171,000 not putting in effort, not putting in work, not seeing clients and doing it consistently? And people say, oh, well, I can't make that. Well, yeah, if you're saying that, you probably can't make that. If you're someone who's willing to come in and put in the work and see the clients, use the tools, learn the tools, use the training that we have, use the system that we have in place, you're going to be able to see this by just hitting these numbers. And these aren't crazy numbers. We have agents that are going out and writing 30, 40, 50 policies a month right now because of how efficient things have become with virtual sales, telephonic sales, and how quickly we can now write and issue applications. So this is what it looks like for a full-time agent, but we don't stop there. Here's one of the things that we want, that 95% contract that you saw for the full-time agent. Even a brand new agent who might even be part-time can find a way to get themselves to a 95% contract in their first 3 months. And we call this our Slingshot plus s'more factor. All right, so starting at an 80%, normally you have to issue 2,500 2 months in a row to move from an 80 to an 85. But now, if you do 5,000, so double what you would have to do. So basically, you're still doing the same amount of production, but you do it in 1 month. So I'm on an 80% contract. I issue 5,000 in my first month. I get to move from an 80 to an 85. In addition to getting my 80% of $5,000 that I wrote in that month, I'm gonna get a 10% bonus, or 10% of $5,000, $500 bonus on top of that. So really, even when I was on an 80% contract, it was like I was on a 90% contract because I'm getting a 10% bonus on the business that I just wrote. To go from an 85 to a 90, 7,500 in 1 month, I get that issued. Now I move up to a 90% contract, and again, I get a 10% bonus on the 7,500 or whatever it was that I wrote in issued business, so $750 bonus, and I get to move up to a 90% contract. And then to go to a 95, I just have to write 12,500 in 1 month, issued business, and I get to move from a 90 to 95%, and of course there's still that 10% bonus. So very quickly, you can go from a starting contract of 80 to a 95% contract, 3 months, and along the way, make a great income. And you know, if you can go out and say, okay, maybe I'm gonna push for 10,000 my first month, and 15,000 my second, and 20,000 my third, and take advantage of that s'more bonus, getting bonus on that business that I already was writing, you're going to be able to accelerate your income in a very, very quick way, and really get to a point where by the time you're on a 95% contract with the 10% bonus and the s'more factor, it's more like you're on a 110 or 115 contract based off of the income that you'd be receiving. So this is just one of the bonus. There are many other bonuses that you can qualify for along the way, including incentive trips. That's what I love about the insurance industry too. The carriers love to take you places. Symmetry takes you places as well, just for going out and doing what we're supposed to do anyway, and that's helping and protecting our clients. From that point, from the point of, okay, I can go out and personally produce. I've learned how to do that, but I want something more. I want to build something that outlasts me, that works when I'm not working. And that's where we have ownership, where we can start to build an organization and get to the point where we have true contractual ownership of our organization through Symmetry Financial Group. And I say contractual, and there's a point for that. There's plenty of places that will say, well, you have the rights to your book of business, and you know, you're vested from day one. We're vested from day one too. You have the rights to your book of business. But when it comes to, as you build your organization, you're able to actually sign a contract with Symmetry where your business belongs to you. By belongs to you, I mean you can sell your business, you can retire from your business, there are disability benefits where your business can still run and continue to produce for you even if you're not able to be there. And the biggest one, and the one that means the most to me, and what I've unfortunately had to see happen within our organization a couple times over the time that I've been here, is if you were to pass away, your business can be willed to your family. Your wife, your spouse, your husband, your children, your grandchildren. What you've built does not end just because you're not here. You actually can leave that business to them. They can take it over. They can start to run it. You can set up proxies to run it for them, and they can continue to get the income that you've built up for them. That's legacy. That's something that in most places you just cannot do. And that's what we have the opportunity to do with this exclusive agency ownership program. And as you build an organization, you'll see why, to me, it was extremely important that if I invested the time that I've put in here, that I had the ability to pass this on to my family. So let's say you're this young lady here, you've worked yourself all the way up to 105% contract, you've hired a handful of agents, they're on different contracts. You know, the lady at the top here at 100%, this gentleman here's at 90, you got a starting agent down here brand new on an 80% contract, and you make the difference. When we talk about that, I'd rather have 1% of 100 people's effort. So your job is to empower them to go out and earn what they get to earn at their 90, 95, 85, 100% contract. And the insurance carriers are going to pay you the difference or the spread between their contract and yours, all right? So let's see what this actually looks like on a financial standpoint. So if you go out and you're at a 105% contract, you produce $15,000 a month in volume, your personal advance commission will be $11,812. Your agency goes out and writes $35,000. Your average spread amongst all your agents is 15%. That carrier advance, that's $3,900 that you're earning in commissions from your agency. So your total monthly advance commissions is $15,750. Do that 12 months in a row, $189,000 in commissions paid out to you in advance. And then when that 25% starts to get paid back, it's going to bring your total compensation for that year worth of work up to over $250,000 in income for the year. Now, you doing $15,000 and your agency doing $35,000, that's not a huge amount of volume to go out and create. But that's the potential that it brings back, the value that you're adding to the clients that are being served in this process and the agents who are earning the income that they're earning, that you're going to make over $250,000 in a year from this work here as an agency owner. And this is just the start. This is the baseline that we look at for an agency owner. You know, if I want to take that to the next level, what does that look like? So 50,000 of net places where we were. Now this is a 10 times the size organization. So for some people that might take them 2 years to do. For some people it might take them a decade to do. But I promise you it's worth it when you take a look at how these numbers play out from this. So $500,000 in agency place production, that average 15% spread. Now at this point in time, you may be running this more like a business where there's going to be a portion of that spread, a portion of the income that you're earning that's paying for staff, for an office, for things to help you run and manage a much larger organization than what you were running when you were just doing $50,000 a month in volume. But this is what the numbers break down to. $500,000 in place premium, 15% average spread, 75% carry advance. That's $56,000 in commission that are paid out on a monthly basis, okay? 12 months out of the year, over $675,000 in commissions that are paid to you, to your business at this point in time. And then when you work in the back end, that 25% that the insurance carriers are holding, you're looking at $900,000 in total advance or total commission that's paid out on that year's worth of work, all right? But wait, there's more. This is the point where those Symmetry bonuses kick in, all right? So at this point in time, you're gonna be getting the SFG equity bonus. This is a bonus off of the entire company, not just on your team. In addition to other bonuses, the carriers kick in bonuses here and there. You know, I'm a big fan of Foresters. Just from the volume that my team does on a regular basis, we get a $375 marketing credit every single month, it seems, just because we're doing that amount of volume. Every little bit adds up, and we have so many carriers that do that kind of stuff for us. But when you add in just the Symmetry bonuses that you're eligible for at this point, that's over $228,000 of bonuses per year. Add that to the $900,000 in total first year compensation, and that puts you at $1.128 million in revenue that's coming into your business. And I do say this is revenue. Don't look at this number and be like, I just made $1 million a year, okay? You have a business now, all right? You're gonna have staff at this point in time. You may want to have an office for those staff to work at. You may want to do, like some of our largest agencies in the country, they don't have physical offices. They do it out of their home. Their staff works virtually out of their homes. So this is what I start with, and then I have to, of course, you know, got some taxes that come in on that, but there's the expenses that I'm gonna pay out of this so that I do come to that final number that this is my actual take-home revenue from what I'm doing, or take-home income from what I do on an annual basis. But this is it. I mean, it's really very basic. We help families with life insurance. There's a certain amount of premium that we send up, and the carriers pay us a percentage based on where we are and what we've done, how many people that we have doing it with us on an annual basis. We get advanced 75% of our annual commission up front in the month that it is written, and then the other 25% comes to us in months 10, 11, and 12. And so we just start to build up that cycle of more business being generated, more production going up to the carriers, more clients served and helped, and that increases our income. And this is where I was saying, like, there really is just no cap. How big can you build this? We don't know. We haven't had anybody really, well, I won't say no one's tried, right? People are trying, but we haven't seen where this can potentially stop. And that's what it continues to excite me about Symmetry to this day. In addition to that, I talked a little bit about some of the trips and the incentives. That's what I love about this company, love about this industry. I actually now live in Puerto Rico because I went on an incentive trip to Puerto Rico, and I was like, this is really nice. And my wife was like, This is very nice. And 2 years later, we find that we're moving to Puerto Rico. We move our business to Puerto Rico, and we still operate everything that we do in the US, but we operate from Puerto Rico. So we have that freedom of choice, that freedom of movement, that freedom of the time that we now get to spend with our 4 kids, growing up on an island, going to the beach when they want to go to the beach, and we get to have kind of a vacation time a lot of the times because of what this industry allows. But just being able to see the world with business partners and friends that we are able to build with this company has been one of the unsung benefits, I think, of this industry. And I hope that you get a chance to experience that too, because there's some amazing places that these carriers are getting ready to take us this coming year and, of course, moving forward. All right, last thing. So what are we really looking for? This opportunity that Symmetry has, I believe, is a once-in-a-lifetime type of opportunity. Now, it isn't an opportunity for everyone. Everyone doesn't want to do this, and that is totally fine. Everyone has the thing that they are built for, the purpose that they're looking for, right? If selling life insurance isn't your thing, then this is probably not your opportunity. And I certainly hope you find yours. But if there's something about life insurance, something about sales that attracts you, something about building a team, leading others, then this might be the very place that you need to be. But here's what you have to have. You have to have these 4 things. You have to be someone who's willing to listen, right? Not just hear something, but listen. Take in the information, process it, and use it to help you grow your business. You have to be willing to work. This is not easy, right? It's simple, but it's not easy. We meet with hundreds of clients a year, and we only sell a portion of those. And you have to be okay with that. Everybody isn't ready to buy life insurance, just like everybody's not ready to sell life insurance, all right? But we don't have to sell that many. We don't have to have that big of a team to have a really great impact on our income and the bottom line. Have to be willing to associate. This isn't a lone wolf type industry. Like, even outside of Symmetry, I have connections in the industry that help me grow and do more of what I do in my business. So being willing to associate, plug in, counsel with mentors that are trying to help you grow, that's what you have to be willing to do in order to take full advantage of what we have. And the last thing, of course, is change. If you're not willing to change what you're doing, if you've been in the industry for 5 years and you're frustrated, you're sick and tired of being sick and tired of what you're doing, then change something. Do something different. Maybe it's not even here with us at Symmetry. Maybe you just need to change something about what you're doing and how you're approaching your business right now. But you have to be willing to change if you want to get something different. So that's what we're looking for. If you have those things, I would say the next step that you want to be thinking about is, how quickly can I make this move? You have to make a decision that you want to do something different. And if you've made that decision, if this video has either answered a lot of your questions, or maybe it's brought up some other questions, get back with the person who sent this video to you, get back with my office, ask those questions, and say, okay, what is the next step? How do I go through the process of getting contracted, filling out my application with you guys, so that I can very quickly get into the training, get my first set of leads, and go out and help families? Because that's where it starts. As you help your first family, you're on the road. Now it's, how can I help 5 families in a week? How can I help 10 families a week? How can I help an agent of mine help a family and 5 and 10? And if you do those things, we'll get to travel the world together and build a great business that leads to so many more things from this point. So thank you for joining, and I look forward to hearing from you.